Well, thank you for coming on my show, Miss Jin. Can you tell a little bit of the audience about yourself?
Oh, I'm just a nobody, just melting in the world, the crowd. um, well, yeah, I'm an actress. I'm a costume designer, and for most of the films, I've been working on films for quite a long time. I got my SAG card on the movie Casino
hmm
in the '90s. Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone and all that. That was amazing, by the way. For 3 months, I got to work on that film. They made me a cocktail waitress, Inez,
hmm
and yeah, 3 months I got to study Scorsese. What a gift, you know. He probably thought I was stalking him and just like watching him like a hawk, but wow, I learned a lot. That was in 1995, actually.
Wow. And how was it like working with Robert De Niro?
De Niro was amazing. I don't think most people realize that a lot of actors, actresses are very shy by nature. They're introverts, a lot of them.
hmm
And De Niro definitely a very quiet, unassuming, and private. But when the camera goes, you give 100%. It's all out. And when it's off, then it's back to being private and not on just being by themselves. And I'm very much that way. Very much. I was extremely shy when I was young, to the point where I really didn't speak.
hmm
People, they're like, no way, they can't believe it now. But the dancing and acting has helped me with the social part.
And
So
and if you mind me asking, what attracted you to begin this acting career path?
it's strange. Ever since I was young, I knew
hmm
that's what I wanted to do. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, ask yourself truly, like, what are your gifts? What are you interested in? They really know. Maybe they just don't want to admit it or whatever. But I always knew. And you get the naysayers, oh, you can't do that. There's so many people, there's so much competition. And I go, well, why not me? Why not me? um, yeah, so I studied many acting workshops, and actors, you have to study. It's a weird thing now. People want like instant gratification. They don't want to put the work in, but you got to put the work in if you want to be
Right,
good,
right.
right? If you want to be a goat, right? Greatest of all time. You've got to put the work in, and yeah.
And one thing I will say about the entertainment industry is that, um, I say this a lot on my show. It's not a competition. We're a family, and we support each other in this entertainment industry.
Oh my God, thank you.
And the one thing
Yeah,
is
right.
that, you may see your friend and yourself audition for a role, and then you realize, wait, why did my friend get it and I didn't? What's going on? But in the reality, as a young person who's just now beginning to enter this entertainment industry, I'm speaking for all the young actors out there who may be watching this later, is that we have to realize is that this is not a competition. This is about the your career, your path, and you have to push ourselves and push yourself and believe in yourself to continue this, and you may audition 10 times, right? But you will get that role. You look at every A-list actors out there who, in reality, I'm being honest, is that they they audition how many times, right? You look at, I'm a big fan of a lot of actors out there, but you look at, Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks and all these famous actors out there. How long did it take for them to get the big A role, right? And I know a lot of young actors out there who are already living in out there who may be on Disney, right? But they're getting their footstep in there, but you have to audition for other big roles and all this stuff, and it's amazing. I think that it shows encouragement and shows the passion that everybody has in this entertainment industry. And it doesn't matter if you're backstage or not. 'Cause I know a lot of people are saying, "Well, I don't want to be in backstage." Well, I completely understand that, right? But at least, you're in a set, right? And all these actors are seeing you working hard, you're on backstage, and eventually, when you audition for another role, and those actors that may see you but you don't remember them, they're going to say, "Wow, I remember this person. They worked hard. I
Yeah.
want it." You get that role and you go from there. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. People don't realize. They think, oh, the star, like, overnight sensation. No, they've been working in industry 10, 20 years already. They've
right.
done 30 films or whatever, and then all of a sudden it seems like they just appear out of nowhere, but they've been putting the work in.
Yeah, and that's the
And
point, work
yeah,
hard,
yeah, right?
100%. And that's the one thing about the entertainment industry is that a lot of people don't realize is like, you look at Jimmy Kimmel and Oprah. Oprah is another big person I like, but
Oprah, Oprah for
y-
president.
yes, but when you study about Oprah, is that she worked not in entertainment industry. She worked for a radio station, if I'm right. Don't she can I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. But it tells you right there that you can work for a radio station, and then then look where she is. She started her own talk show, and that's began from there. But that also shows encouragement is that you can do anything if you want and you have a passion and you go for it. You look at my biggest hero, Ellen DeGeneres, love her so much. Uh, you look at her, you look at her that, and she was a stand-up comedian, right? She was never nobody knew about her in the entertainment
Oh my
industry.
god.
You know,
I gotta say, I remember her stand-up comedy when I first saw her, first time ever. Oh, who's this Ellen? And she just has such a funny way of.
mhm.
She was talking about the lint in the dryer, and she's like, I just I don't know, I have to get all of it out, every little piece. And she's like, I'm at the laundromat, people watching me. I'm like, I gotta be, I gotta every little piece, and it has to come off like one piece, and it was hilarious. That was
Well,
my first Ellen. I'm like, oh my god, she's funny.
she is funny, and the one thing about Ellen is that she started comedian, right? And then somebody saw
Yes.
her, and there she was starting her own show, and Oprah helped her, and so on and so on. But when her show ended, I was bursting in tears. But that's a different story. But but what
Right.
my point is that you're right. We are a family in this entertainment industry, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough, but we work hard. You got to work hard for it, and we got to, like you said, a lot of these actors out there that you see on film, and many of them can correct me, but they've been in this industry from A-list. You think about it, a lot of young actors in the entertainment industry, they're kids, they're acting. Yes, they have a little bit, I mean, I have to say a big advantage, but again, they're in there, but they have they don't, folks don't realize they're doing the same thing. They're auditioning for roles. Will Smith's
Yeah.
son, for example. Will Smith's son is a good example. You look at Angela, all the kids out there, but talks about all this, that the auditions and the roles, and we keep going and
Mhm.
everything, and that's the way it goes, and it's not fun, I guess, auditioning, but it's but also, we have to, it's amazing that but also I always say this is that we're telling people stories, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if we don't tell people stories, then where should we go from, right? Like a talk show host to an actor and actors, producers and directors, we all have a vision, we all have a story to talk about, to tell
Yeah.
folks about the entertainment industry. You make a true story TV show, a true story movie, make people laugh, make people cry, make people, go crazy, and they make a true story sports movie, stuff like that. But in reality is we are telling their story, and we're telling the rest of the world this is what happened to their family. And that's very important about the entertainment industry. If there's no entertainment industry,
Absolutely.
if there's no
Yeah.
entertainment industry, then how are we going to entertain ourselves and keep ourselves happy?
Well, I'm kind of good that way by myself, but no, I'm just kidding. I can entertain myself for hours dressing up, but no, yeah. But I was always kind of like the lone wolf,
Hmm.
but now I have my other wings, so
Right, right, right. So, my next question for you is, what is your short-term goal and your long-term goal?
well, they're the same. Okay, yeah, so like I said, always film. I mean, I was in the dance business. That was kind of my first career, a ballroom dance instructor.
Hmm.
Then I competed and became a national, international champion and dance director. So I directed dance shows. So film. I guess that's like ultimately. I've been directing my whole life, so pretty much want to go that direction. Directing films,
Hmm.
epic films only though. And speaking of epic, uh, so Paul and I and Chris Ross Leone, forming our own production company, Epic Films. we're so that's what we're doing is only going to be creating epic films. We have, a studio in California, and it's so exciting because Chris Ross Leone has been in the industry a long time, and oh my God, the people he's worked with, Stanley Kubrick, it is mind-boggling. And he chose Paul and I to want to work with. It's amazing to me. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Paul.
Well,
So it's super exciting.
I remember last time I had Paul on my show. He talked about the films that you and Paul and of course making, and it's amazing that you guys are making films. But it all comes down to, like I said, you're telling stories, and
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's
documentaries and.
film is storytelling, right?
Mhm,
So and it gets tough to, oh, not really, I guess, to create things that have not been done before, that have not
mhm.
existed. So that's our goal, only epic stuff,
Right.
that has not been done. And so that is the exciting thing. And actually, all three of us are going to be working on someone else's film coming up here really quick on June 7th to 21st. Bill Boatman, hey Bill. Um, it's called Sierra Highway. It has kind of a little noir vibe with the modern. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm doing, wardrobe costume designer and hair and makeup and special effects. So like the blood, all that
Wow.
stuff.
That's
That's it's a lot, but I'm kind of, with these independent films, I've gotten kind of used to doing multiple crew roles and an acting role,
mhm.
which is actually great because I have not had to audition in a long time, which is cool because with my like wardrobe contract, automatically acting role.
Mhm.
And then when
Mhm.
Paul and I got together, 2022, I'm like, okay, now you also have to hire Paul, or you don't get me. And it's worked I mean, they've never said no. So
Yeah. Well, one thing I would say is that, I'm so proud of you. First, I want to say I'm proud of you guys, first of all.
aw,
And
I'm proud of you. We're proud of you.
well,
Proud of
thank you.
you.
It means a lot. But again, like I said, it's not about me. It's about all the guests that's been on my show and my fan base and my supporters. But in it also talks about we as the entertainment industry and this film industry, and we are telling people stories. We're making films, like I said. And the reason I keep
Yeah,
saying that, it's very important because, we are my show. I say my show, but it is, we are telling people's stories. We are telling about what's happening in people's lives, right? And that's very
yeah,
important to do. And we are. when actors and directors and producers make films and they tell stories why they're making films, and then you think about it and you think, why are they making this film? And then you realize, oh, this is what happened in this person's life, and they're asking these directors and producers and actors to please make film about my life, and that's
Yeah. Yeah.
independent or not, we are making films, we are telling people stories, and
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Telling stories. And a lot of times what happens in real life is so bizarre,
mm-hmm,
more bizarre than fiction. A lot of times, like you
yeah,
wouldn't believe this, but hey, this happened, and yeah, you could write that a story. And which actually, just now, it hit me that I would love to do a story about what we talked about yesterday.
mm-hmm,
Because you and I both lost dear friends to suicide. I would actually like to do a movie about that,
yeah,
to bring awareness, and they don't realize the people they leave behind, they're so well loved. And it's sad that they didn't know that,
mm-hmm,
you know? So like you're saying, like we need to let them know, like you matter, you're important, you are not alone. Like in David Bowie's rock and roll suicide, that he's like, you're not alone, you're not alone.
well,
And that's amazing.
yeah, what we mentioned about. But for me, thank you for bringing that up. I suffer mental health. I suffer depression. I'm not afraid to talk about it to any of my audience and my fan base.
Yeah,
I know you heard me talk about it. I'm talking about it again. I'm not afraid to talk about it. But so yes, mental health is very important, and it's very important that we talk about mental health and we talk about
yeah,
to show love and show kindness to the world.
yes,
And
yes.
I totally agree with you. We do gotta make films out there. We gotta make films
Yeah.
out there, and if you ever make a film, I'll be happy. I'm be supporting it, and I hope you do.
Oh, you'll be in it, definitely, if you want.
Yeah. But
And
please,
Ellen.
please do. Like I said, it's very important that we do, and we do talk about it, and we do make films, and we do make talk TV shows about it, and we talk about it. And this is an everyday conversation. It's not a one day conversation. It's an everyday
Right.
conversation,
Yeah,
24/7.
yeah.
So,
That's amazing, just thinking like that, because so many people, they don't want to talk about that. And a lot of people suffer depression. I definitely have, still, battling, and it's okay to talk about it. And a lot of people are, when you're a kid, you grow up, you get conditioned. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, don't show emotion. If you say you're depressed, oh, people might think you're crazy. Or it's like you, you got to get rid of all that, like undo all that conditioning, that false conditioning. So as an actor, that's the beauty, because I taught online acting classes to certain individuals who reached out to me, and I said, okay, now we're going to go back to when you're a kid, before all that, peel off those layers and set yourself free. Woohoo! And that's amazing, because that's when you can truly have true freedom. Braveheart, freedom. um, and it's like you're being a kid again, and it's okay to
hmm
talk about
hmm
that. It's okay to show emotion. Actually, I mean, that's what it's all about. You have to show the emotions, the raw emotions, and it is peeling back those layers of conditioning to set yourself free. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It is the truth. We got it to talk about it, and it's very important to mention it. So I always
Yeah.
tell folks, to show encouragement, to show kindness, and always tell people, be kind, and
Yeah, it's
um,
simple, like be kind, don't be a jerk. Whatever,
right,
like,
you
but
know,
unfortunately, come across quite
but
but yeah, just be
it's
kind, show love.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And it's that's the number one thing about the about mental health. And it's very important to talk about it and make documentaries about it and make films about it and it's just it's nothing to be ashamed to talk about mental health.
No,
It's
not
very
at
important.
all. Not at
So,
all.
um,
And we need to, because otherwise, yeah, you don't know if someone is struggling, that, people put on the masks and, oh yeah, great, everything's fine. And then inside they're crying, they're pain and oh yeah. And I don't want to lose another one to that,
mhm.
I don't.
Right. Well,
So I'm sending love to all my peeps, everyone out there. And people that I don't know yet, I love you.
yeah.
Sending love. Yeah, just be
Yeah, for me, of course, it is the truth about the mental health and very important to talk about it. Also, but I always tell people, it's just you're right. You don't know what they're going through, but also be kind, be smile, be wonderful to everybody that you meet too. But it's the interesting stories of everybody, what they're going through, their mental health, and then why they're going through things. And
yeah.
so,
Yeah.
it's very, very, very important to discuss this. And very important to understand
Yeah.
what is going
Because a
on.
lot of people, like I said, you don't know their story, and everyone has a story, right? Everyone's gone through things. I don't, yeah, some people go through more trauma than others, but everyone has a story. And a lot of people, like Paul and I had pretty crappy childhood, and we've been able to address that, overcome it, and not stay in that victim mode, overcome it and use it in acting, and and try to help other people. And yeah, a lot of people, the trauma they may have suffered as a child or an adult or both, all the above, they have not confronted it or talked, they bury it down deep down, and that's not good, because that it will come out at some point. So
Mhm.
yeah, I encourage people just to open up and talk about it with your friends and or family, whatever. And yeah, it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah, 100%. It is 100%. It's okay to talk about it. It's very important to talk about it. We as a human society is, what we can do is, what I say, what I tell people, a lot of
Mhm.
people is telling me, like I said, that a lot of people telling me, oh, the Ryochi talk show, is a motivational speaker. I don't look at myself as a motivational speaker. I tell myself that there is hope and there is people out there, but it all comes down to, we as a human being to be kind, and show passion and show things, right? And that's what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
And
yeah. Otherwise, what's the point of existence? We got to, um, and not be selfish
May
about
is
it.
just
Just
May was Mental Health Month, and that's why it's very important to talk about this stuff. But I always tell people, and a lot of audience, this is my first time talking about this. And a lot of audience, hopefully they don't cry about this, but I always tell a lot of folks that I know that you wake up in the morning and you look yourself in the mirror. Okay, and you got to tell yourself you're beautiful, and that's where it starts, right? For a male
now you
and
can
a
make me cry.
female. And then I'm sorry, but that's
It's
me.
no, it's good, because it
That's
took me
me.
a
But I
long
tell any audience that's watching my show, I want you to know that. That's number one. And number two, when you do that, that's for a male and for a female. You tell yourself that. That's number one. And number two, you leave the house. You leave the house and you impact people and you smile. And that's how you're gonna change people. That's how you're gonna change
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, because your light shines bright. Your light definitely shines very bright, like
Yeah.
a supernova, and people, drawn to that. And yeah, you can definitely use that to help them. Yeah, people have always opened up to me very very easily, like especially when, teaching dancing, and I've taught not just ballroom but ballet, tap, jazz, all the above, belly dance. Um, and yeah, my students just I felt like a psychiatrist, and I've always studied psychiatry on the side. That was kind of like one of my hobbies. um, when I was 16, my first magazine subscription was Psychology Today, not Cosmo or anything like that. Anyway, so yeah, and really acting is the study of human nature.
Yes,
There's so much
100%.
psychology in it.
100%. And
But
also, I want to mention to my audience, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a motivated speaker. I'm not. I'm being honest to any of my audience or anybody who's now new to my show. I just want to let everybody know that, first of all. But number two, I'm just telling my experience, and I'm just hoping that what I'm saying to all my audience and my followers and my fans and my new fans and my new audience that when you're tuning in and watching my show, I
well,
just want to let all of you know that I'm just telling you my experience, what helped me, and I'm just hoping it
yeah.
helped you. So I just want to let everybody know that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm here to probably hoping to give you some encouragement. So I just want to get that straight. If anybody's trying to reach, you can reach out to me, but please, 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 you should reach out to your friends, but also please, there is a suicide hotline. Please, there is, and I just want to let you know that, as myself as a talk show host, that I am not afraid to talk about my mental health. So I want to let all my audience know that you are loved, and we are here for you as myself. So, um, like I said, I just had to get that out there because I don't, I just want all my audience to know I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychologist. I'm just being honest. Um, but
That's fine. Yeah. But you have a gift. You have a very big gift, and it's amazing. Yeah,
I don't, it's I don't know. I can't tell I have a big gift.
it's
Um,
a gift from the universe.
you know,
I recognize it.
but me personally, um, I'm just here to spread love and kindness and just keep
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing with my show, and
Yeah, and that's so important. That's amazing to me. I'm yeah, I'm just like very humbled and amazed by that because I just don't know hardly anyone. Uh, you know that's very special about you and your show, and that you're using your show to do that, to spread the love and kindness and want to help people. That's amazing to me. So bless you for that. Yeah.
thank you, thank you. I hope, I hope, um, my show continues and grows.
Oh, we
Uh,
will. It's going to
y-
be massive.
you know, and
I do.
it means a lot. I appreciate it, but also, as what I love what I'm doing as a talk show host and who loves what I'm doing is that I'm showing that, I am trying to show trying to show kindness to the world, but also
Yeah,
showing that we also can discuss about mental health a little bit on the show and show folks that this is what the story is about. Everybody has a story.
yeah, and hey, I gotta say you helped me yesterday, so thank you. You did.
Well, it means,
Thank you.
you know, you know, I, that means a lot, to be honest. I am hoping, that my wisdom, like again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a motivated speaker, but
You're you, and like I
my
said, that
hope that with my experience by losing three friends to suicide and myself who suffer depression, who has mental health, that I am trying as myself as a reality talk show host to show the world that we can change people one by one, right? So,
Exactly. Exactly. If you can just even one person, if you can help one person,
mhm.
that's
And that's that
amazing.
is that is that is what I'm doing, right? But it's I am you know I'm doing this because I love what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but
And
I'm also
you
doing
gotta
like
love what you're doing.
this
Yeah, you
is
gotta.
important to discuss things, and it means a lot that I helped you. A
Yeah.
lot. It means a lot,
Thank
but I'm also, here to tell folks, my audience and my new audience and my new followers, I have to say that. And
you.
but you know,
Ellen.
I'm I'm here to show folks that there is kindness, that we can show kindness. We can show what is important. And that's why what I said and is that when we smile to a stranger, we could be impacting them, right? And
Definitely.
we don't know.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
and that's why I tell everyone, you know, I can tell you a true story. This has happened to me. And I was in the store checking out, and um, I see this mother crying in front of the cashier. And she had a baby, dude.
Oh.
Her daughter must have been um, 6 years old, right? And her grocery, her credit card was declined, and
Oh.
I was second person in line. I walked up, and she was leaving the store, and it clicked to me, it clicked. This
Like
is where
helper.
I got to show my kindness. So I said, I told the cashier, can you go stop this lady? And he said, why? And I said, well, I'm gonna pay for it with my food as well. And he said, well, it's $99. And I looked at it and I said, well, it's okay. Go get her. And
Oh.
you know, she comes back in the store and she doesn't know what's going on, right? And the cashier says, okay, this is how much it is. And I put my card in and she's bawling. She's thanking me so much. She's thanking me, you know. And I took my card out and I looked at her and I said, ma'am, I hope you have a good day. And she's crying all the way to her car in the van, right? But for me as a human being, right? That as myself, as a human being, did I have to do that? I didn't have to, but I did. I felt more sad for this little child, really, and this mother.
Yeah.
And, had a whole gallon of milk and a bunch of food. But she was
Like,
crying, right?
oh.
And
Yeah.
you think about it, is that when and I was getting in my car and she was still looking at me and she was still crying while loading the uh for me, I could have helped her load the groceries in the car, but I knew for myself that I probably would break down and cry. So I should have helped her, to be honest, I should have. But I felt, after she was watching me drive away and she just kept telling me, you didn't have to do this. Why are you doing this?
Oh.
She said this in the store. And I just told her, I just want to. I just want to. I just want to,
That's
right?
amazing.
And
Wow.
the guy behind me and an older gentleman, asked me, why are you doing this? And I just looked around and smiled and I said, it's just
Why
because
not?
just because I want to, right? But
Yeah.
you think about this is that that was my kindness. She watched me drive away. And I haven't seen her since then, but if I do run into her again, I hope I guarantee you she would never forget me, right?
You'll never,
Right,
ever forget that.
yeah, she probably told. her family. And I know her daughter witnessed me paying, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that her daughter will pay it forward, right? I
That's what
I
I was yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what was going through that mother's situation, but I knew it was bad enough that
She was in distress.
she was
Yeah.
crying,
Couldn't
and
even
she
get
had
food. Yeah. Yeah.
$99 worth of food, right? And her daughter's there, right? And you think about it, you I could not send, I could not watch the mother drive home with her daughter, and I don't know what was going to happen at home when they had no dinner, no food. So I just felt like
Yeah.
in my as myself as a human being is that I'm doing this, and I did it, and and it's amazing, right? And it's
That is amazing.
that was my
That
kindness.
that like you're probably like the only kind person she ever come across. And you know what? People online might have seen that and been inspired to do it too.
Yeah, and
I
and
have
that
done
was
that.
my
I I have done that in the past, and yeah, it's bless you for that. That's amazing. Yeah,
yeah, it's a story that you never thought you would do, but you do it, right? You have to show
it's the spur of the
kindness.
moment.
You have to
And
show,
yeah, like what are you gonna do? Right? What are you going to do?
yeah, you have
Are
to
you
show
gonna
kindness.
just like everyone else just turn away like yeah yeah whatever I
Yeah,
got hard times too
and
whenever
that's the thing
and
that's the thing that's very
yeah
important. And I think that happened last year, by the way. I think it was last year. So, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, she found my show, maybe she's following him on YouTube. I don't know, but I just want, but to be honest, it's, you know, that's what I call that was my duty, and I felt proud. But it all comes down to, like I said, you know, um, that was me, my journey.
yeah
And not to make you cry or any of my audience cry, but I woke up and I looked in the mirror and told myself I was beautiful, and I
uh,
smiled, and I walked out of the store, and I walked down the house and did my thing, right? And then later in the day, that happened in the store. That's what happened. And I came home and I just sat there in the chair. You think about it, it's like, wow,
like
this
what did I
worked for
do
me,
right like
right? It
like
worked.
that was it felt
But in reality,
moved to do that
right,
yeah
that anybody out there in the societies that we as a human being, that it starts from there to show kindness, and we hope it pays forward. So,
yeah uh, like Paul and I were talking like be the person be the hero that you needed at some point in time when you didn't have anyone to help you. And a lot of people like that, they're like, well, no one helped me, so I'm not going to help anyone. It's like, no, be the person, be the hero, be the superhero that you needed. Now that is epic.
and
That's epic.
that is my story, and that was my passion of what is important to share. And I do, one thing I do regret in my life, in that moment is, I should have gave that mom a hug, but I didn't. But I should have. But I she was shocked, and
Yeah.
she said, well,
Yeah. Like,
you
wow,
know,
there's
sh-
one kind person in the world. There's one.
she was shocked when
That's
the cashier, she was shocked when the cashier said he paid for everything, and the grocery was all hers, right? As a young man like me, she probably thought I was in high school. But that is something very important, and it was very important that her daughter witnesses, and now her daughter
yes.
witnesses it, and
Yeah.
she's
Oh my
gonna grow.
God. And
She's
everyone
gonna.
else, like I said, you have no idea what you may have started. That's amazing.
And
The
now
people
her,
that saw that,
now, um,
like, wow. you
Her
know,
daughter is gonna,
a stranger
you
helping a
know,
stranger. I'm like, right? I mean, that's and yeah, you probably never see her again or whatever, but or you might, but that's not the point. It's just in the moment you felt like that's what you needed to do. It was the right thing to do.
yeah,
And they had food that night. The girl they were fed and they didn't
mhm,
starve. That's
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, what got to me was, you know, my father passed away when I was young, 3 years old, right?
Oh
And
wow. Oh, I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
and it's not many, you know, now people know about this, but it was my mother raising me, right? And that moment remind I don't know what was going through my mother's mind, my brain, and she's raising me, she's going to working and going shopping, right, and taking me to school
Yeah.
as a single parent, right.
That's hard. Yeah. Oh my
And
god.
but in reality is that you think about, I thought about that moment in that store, and you see that moment, and it just brought me um flashpoints and flashbacks, you know
Yes. Yes.
and that could have been me, right, and with
Yes.
my mom,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
So you I had to do something, and that I don't know what that mom was going through, but I knew it was bad enough that she was crying
Yeah. So
over
yeah, you knew it was not
over
good, and she was having a hard
over
time, and yeah.
$99 worth of food, right? You know, and at that instance, you for myself, I was thinking about, no, I don't need to pay this lady, but but the moment is I did it. I told the cashier, go stop the lady, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay for it. But
Yes.
after I did that, I drove away from the store and stopped my car. And at that moment, you know, I had a breakdown. You know, um, there was a lot going on there,
Yeah.
right? You know, and you think about it, you had a moment, and that's where I lost it because
Yeah.
for me, who has been raised by a single mother,
It touched you.
it
Yeah.
touched me, you
Yeah.
know, and it's for me to um go through that moment, but y- I had to, it made me think, that could have been me back in the days, right? I
Yeah,
I've
absolutely. Yeah.
I've been with my mom. We went shopping. We've been doing this stuff, Um, but in reality is that we, for myself to do that was um, a touching moment. It was a big moment in my life. Something that
Yeah.
I never regret, right? But I tell you, and in the, I tell myself this every day, and like I said, to look in the mirror. But also I tell myself that we don't know who we're going to impact, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
the moment that I would say that happened to me was something was telling me to go to the store. I don't know why, but I went.
Yeah, you get these vibes. Yeah, I get these, yeah, strong,
And
you just, yeah,
you know,
you just do it,
and
and yeah. Yeah.
I went in, I walked into the store, like I said, and saw this mother crying. I didn't know the situation.
Yeah. And no one else stepped up to the plate. They all
And
saw that. No one else, but you
and I
might have changed
and I
so many
just
people that saw
yeah,
that.
and
And
I
like,
just walked up and I just it was an instant. I just said, "Huh, how much was it?" And the cashier's like
um,
$99. And I said, "Okay."
uh,
Um,
it's like, okay, just, you didn't think about like, okay, just do it. And
yeah,
I'm sure that was not easy for you either. But at the moment, it was
you know,
more important
it,
for that
you know, it
than,
wasn't.
yeah,
It was easy, but it wasn't. But to be honest, it was a moment that I saw a mother and a child. How could I let that go?
exactly. But yet everyone else saw it too, but they did nothing.
Yeah,
You did something. And
and that's the
when you do
thing.
something like that, it's such a strong, bright, shining light that
Yes,
it
and
it it just covers and you may have inspired other people online to maybe help someone else or help someone else. You have, oh my God, you have no idea the pay it forward thing. What you one little thing you did, act of kindness, I'm sure it has snowballed so much more massive than you'll ever know. You will probably never even know the impact, but
no,
I did
no.
you
And the
just
thing is,
know.
and that was it. That was the moment. But you think about it, is that it was just it was a happy moment. And the thing is that I felt proud. I felt proud, and to me, it looked like she had maybe 2 weeks worth of food. So I'm hoping, and I'm hoping she's okay, and hoping that the child's okay, and I hope to run into her again, and I hope that
Mhm.
and to hear her story, and to understand what was happening in her life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my God, that's so cool, it's amazing. Yeah, and like I said, if everyone just does one act of kindness like that, it spreads like, oh, it really is like a supernova, like, you just
Yeah,
unleash
yeah,
this,
100%.
oh my God, this beautiful light and kindness, and oh my God, that's amazing.
Yes, yes,
That is really
that is the moment of we have to, we talk about, and the journey of the kindness, to spread love and spread kindness in this world, and that's what we do.
yeah, we have to, us humans and us aliens all like, but yeah, otherwise, like, yeah, if it's just gonna be like, well, no one helped me, I'm not gonna help anyone. And most people get that attitude, right? Like, well, why should I reach out? But it's like, why not? Why not reach out? Why not impact one
Mhm.
life that it's not just one life, it's not just one life you impact it. It's many. And then someone else is like inspired and someone else and they inspired and it's like this chain reaction that just explodes. And that strong light, wow, that's what life is about.
Yes,
That is what it's
100%.
about.
100%. That is what life's about. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
that's
It's like, what
that's
are you gonna leave behind? Like, okay, just some movies, but no, like, who did you help? What kind of? And I think that's the thing with the film. Why I would like to do something like that because, like, little stories like that. Maybe it's just a film about little stories of true things happening like that that may inspire.
mhm.
And I think that's what I love about film is that through film, you can impact so many people,
Yes.
thousands, and I think that that's why I, you know, wanted to be a filmmaker, to tell stories, to tell people's stories from the heart. There's like, yeah, whatever films, horror film, blah, blah, but stories from the heart, epic stuff, ooh, that's the stuff that lasts. That's the timeless, epic films that we wanted to make.
Mhm.
Mhm.
100%. That's the story and that's what it's about. So,
Yeah.
you know, but that is the story, the inspired story and what
Mhm.
motivated me to do it as the host of the Ryochi Talk show that I did it and I'm proud of it.
Bless you so much for that. Oh my God. Because it's just, oh my God. Yeah, it's so simple, right? Be kind to one another, show love,
Mhm.
and that's what it's all about. I have not let, oh my God, so many bad things in my life. Like, I've not let it jade me at all.
Mhm.
I'm still, I've not let it change me. I still show kindness and love. That's it. You know.
Yes. 100%. And that's what it's about.
So I agree. So yeah, you're an amazing person. You're an amazing soul that has this beautiful light and love, and hopefully we can inspire other people. Yeah, to do that, and not be jaded, and not let, because it, yeah, life's hard. It's not easy. Everyone goes through things, but if you can still retain that love and light
Mhm.
and kindness, that's what it's about.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, what are you going to leave behind when you're gone, right? That, even that one thing you did, that is what you that's what you left
Yeah,
behind.
I appreciate it. That I do my best and try to grow my
Wow.
show. But and
Oh, I
now
got to ask you really quick. How did you start your talk show? Like what made you like, I need to do this? I'm just curious.
well, that's a very important question. Thank you for asking. It isn't very it's you know, um what made me start the show is that Ellen DeGeneres, big shout out to her, is that she motivated me to start
Right.
my own show. She motivated me. Um,
Yeah.
and
Cool.
I I always loved interviewing actors and directors and producers and so on. I love interviewing them. I love to find out what made them get involved and what made them to pursue their career in the entertainment
Right. Yeah, what
industry.
makes them tick? What yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
love that
that is
too. I love it. I
that
love
is
that too, like
how you know to answer your question 100%. Dude, what really made me start my show is Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres, and I love her dearly, and and
she
she
is she has this light too, that just kind of beautiful light. Yeah.
she's the one
Yeah.
who inspired me to start my own show,
Mhm.
and that is the how the Ryochi Talk Show was started. Just because of Ellen DeGeneres, and um, big shout out to Ellen. Love to interview her.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you'll be able to tell her. You're like, hey Ellen, you had no idea, but look what you did. Look what you inspired.
yeah,
Right? That's really cool. Yeah.
she inspired me, so it means a lot. So
Yeah. That is awesome. Yeah.
that is how yeah, that's how I started my show.
Cool.
Thank you for
Wow.
asking that. I know a lot of my audience probably have some curious questions, but how I started my show and that
Yeah,
answer.
absolutely. I am I just, yeah, I'd like to know, yeah, like your story too. And yeah, that's amazing. because it's like interviews, but it's like, no, it's not about me at all. It's like it's about you. It's about life. It's everything, everybody, everything, everywhere, all at once, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
100%. 100%. And I 100% appreciate you coming on my show, and you're always welcome to come back on my
Oh
show.
my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for asking me on your awesome, beautiful, supernova light show.
It means a
Because,
lot. Um,
wow.
you know, the journey has come. It means a lot, and I just love to grow my show and let it grow and let it grow and
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the branches of a tree, or the roots, but it just goes deeper into the roots. It goes higher into the air, more branches, and you reach
yeah,
more people. And yeah, that's amazing.
yeah.
That's what
Thank
life's
you.
about too. It just growing, learning, growing, evolving.
Hmm.
I always like to say I like to learn at least one new thing every day because that way I'm a different person than I was yesterday.
That's 100% true.
Mm.
100%. No, we all got to be kind to one another. So,
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, that's beautiful. And when you really got to me when you say look in the mirror and say you're beautiful because I did not. It took me a long time. I did not think I was beautiful. I did not think I mattered. So thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That's I'm not a motivated speaker, but I'm here to
But
tell you.
no, I mean you don't have to have that title like but you are motivating. You're just you. Um and that's huge.
Yeah,
It's bigger than like a doctorate or motivational speaker. It, yeah, just you being you and doing what you love, spreading this beautiful love and kindness
yes.
and yeah. So everyone, yeah, from what you said, yeah, like look in the mirror and tell yourself that you matter and you're beautiful.
Yes, 100%. 100%. It is the
I guess I
truth.
still have a hard time with it, but it's like, yeah, you need to do it. You need to.
Yeah, we all gotta do it. We all gotta do it. Look in the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. It's simple for male and females, male and female.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, yes. And
So
aliens, yeah, all of us.
all of us. So that's what we gotta do to spread kindness, and spread kindness, and that's how we do it.
Yeah,
You you go from there, right? You
yeah,
go from there.
exactly, exactly. You start the little spark, and like I said, you have no idea the impact. Just that one act of kindness you're talking about, like, oh my God, you will probably never know what you started there, what you inspired other people, like the little girl, everybody, that mother, even maybe she's helping another mother, maybe she's or a guy. There's single dads too, and wow, you know, it just takes one act of kindness and to
Hmm.
spread the branches, the roots,
Yes,
and
100%.
it doesn't matter that maybe you'll never see her again. Maybe you will never know all the impacts on the other people. It's just the fact that at the time you did it, you were inspired, and you knew that this is the right thing to do.
Hmm.
I got to tell you really quick. So Paul and I were in the dollar store, and this girl comes up to us. It was this tiny little puppy. That its eyes weren't even open yet. I didn't even know what she had. She's like, this was in California. She goes, I don't live here. She goes, I found this little puppy, and I'm like, I didn't think about it. I'm like, here, give it to me. I didn't think about it, like, no, I have to save this puppy, right? Because you just at the time, like, this is what I have to
Right,
do.
right.
There's no, what should I? No, there's no thought process. It's like, no, give it to me. And I, poor little thing, it didn't look good. I'm like, okay, it's like we got to get home. I got to give it some milk or something. And so I had this little like dropper thing, and the poor little puppy, I'm start trying to get it, you know, the drops, and then once the little puppy, once she got the thing, then she's like, she's like drinking the milk. I'm like, oh, good, yay. So Paul contacted a really good friend of his, Mark Justice, shout out, and he took the puppy, and now she's thriving, and oh my god, just saving this poor little puppy that was almost, dying, is almost dying, and oh, I kept her like in my shirt, like just put her like boop right here, and she was like felt warm, so I kind of missed my shirt puppy, but but she's doing really well, and oh my god, I'm so happy. Yeah, it's things like you don't think about it. It's just you just
Right.
know, like, this is, I gotta do it. You know, you got to.
Yeah.
There's no should I? No, it's just
Mm-hmm.
do it, and that's what
100%.
what you
100%.
felt too at the moment. Like, no, I gotta do this.
Right.
It's like, how can you not, right? How can you not? But it's not at the time. It's
But
like, no,
that comes
nope.
down to you're showing kindness.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
100%.
Well,
So
thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you for having me on your show. And I'm gonna like tell everybody about your show
yes,
and tell
yes,
Ellen
and
about your show.
you're always welcome back on my show. You always are
Oh,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you so much.
You know,
You're
Paul is always
truly,
welcome back
oh my
on my
God,
show.
you're just an amazing human being. Bless you for your spreading kindness and love. And God, I'd love to do a film. Yeah, I'd love to, God, even little snippets of stories like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make an epic film about that.
Yeah, I can't wait. You can't wait. But
You just
thank you
inspired.
again.
The thing you inspired me, right? I love it when my
Well,
brain gets inspired. Like,
mhm.
oh, yeah, when I get inspired, it's like you just know, like, okay, that's it. I always know when, like, yes, that's it. There's no question about it, right? So, thank you.
You're very welcome, and thank you for coming on my show, and you're always welcome back on my show.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're very
you.
welcome, and I hope you have a good evening, and remember, spread kindness.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Kindness and love. That's what life's all about. Yeah,
That's 100% true. Well, thank you for coming on, and I will talk to you soon.
absolutely.
All right,
Okay,
have a
thank
good
you.
one.
Mm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.